Life is all about choices. When you make stupid choices and you put yourself in stupid situations, stupid things happen. But before we get into that, my name is Greg Foreman, and you're watching a Black Conservative Perspective. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And most importantly, share a Black Conservative Perspective. Let's get it. All right. So there's been a new video and more details released about the Jacob Blake incident that happened this week that had everybody in a tailspin and called protest all across this country. Let me go over the details of my interpretation in terms of what happened, and most of the details I'm getting is from the New York Post, and I'm going to link that article below. What happened was that the police were out there to arrest Jacob Blake because he had been trespassing and violating a restraining order that was put against him for past sexual assault allegations. Apparently, what had happened was during that past sexual assault allegation on May 3rd, he had broken into his ex-girlfriend's house. He went in there and sexually assaulted her. He put his finger in her vagina, apparently in the morning, like 6 a.m. in the morning, and took it out and sniffed it and said that you smell like you've been with other men. Right? This is according to the criminal complaint. So he sexually assaulted her, and then apparently he took her keys and I don't know, maybe was trying to steal her car, right? So the police had filed a report and put a warrant out for his arrest. So this not very smart person, aka idiot, he was at the exact same place where he had a restraining order and committed sexual assault, someplace he was not supposed to be. So for whatever reason, which I still think is unclear, the police were called to the scene, right? Which I think it's information is being withheld to kind of to help Jacob Blake at this point, because the more information that comes out is really not helping him. But there's a new video that you can see on the other side of the police vehicle before he gets shot that he is obviously resisting arrest and trying to fight the officers before shaking them off and going around the vehicle and essentially getting shot 7 times by the cops when he's reaching into his vehicle for what may or may not be a knife. Now, the police union is saying that Jacob had put one of the officers in a headlock, and they tried to tase him at least 2 times. And he shook off the taser, and again, that's when you see him walk around the vehicle, etc. Right? So I'm not gonna post a video because I just don't want to get in trouble in the YouTube stuff. But like I said, you can see the images that I'm gonna post, so I'll post some stills of it. So now the main debate with this is about whether or not he had a knife. Right, whether or not he had a knife on him, whether it was in the truck, or because they had found a knife. They found a knife in the vehicle on the driver's side floor, and the debate now is whether he had that knife during the altercation or was it in the vehicle before. So yeah, with that information, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys my opinion on this. Now, keep in mind, Jacob Blake's family and his attorney are denying the police's version of this event. I'm gonna be the first person to tell you all the facts are not out yet. We have more details, but all the details not out yet. So again, all of this is alleged and the information is still incomplete, but this is what the police are saying, and Jacob Blake's family is denying it. But to me, I mean, based off the video we've seen and the criminal complaint from May 3rd, I've had all I need to see to form a very strong opinion on this. That could change. It could change. Now, in my last video, when this first happened, my reaction video to this incident, the first thing that I said was this is obviously an incomplete case. There is obviously more to this than we see in that video. And it was plainly obvious that was the case. And when all these people got so upset and started protesting, I'm sitting here thinking, this is a Rayshard Brooks. This is something where you need to have all the information before you come to a solid conclusion in terms of what happened. But what we can conclude is that him walking away from the police officer, no matter what happened before then, was a very dumb decision. I think the first thing I want to talk about is the left is going to have a hard time defending this one, because defending this guy is basically defending a rapist. Ironically, the left is the people that are responsible for fostering and perpetuating this Me Too movement, this Believe Women movement. So now all of a sudden, when, the right brings up his sexual assault past, now all of a sudden the left can't defend that anymore. You can't defend that without being huge hypocrites. That's first things first. I mean, again, this guy did some very sick shit. I mean, this dude was allegedly, finger a woman and took a finger out, smelled it, and said, I think you've been with other men. I mean, that's some sick shit. So like I said, the left is gonna have a hard time with that sexual assault. The second thing I want to talk about is the fact that now that we have that extra video, you can see that this dude actively resisting arrest. He was violating a restraining order. He was somewhere he was not supposed to be. Regardless of anything else, he was violating a restraining order, being somewhere he was not supposed to be, where he was previously accused of sexual assault. Not only that, when the police get there, he actively resists arrest, right? He resisted 2 tasers, and according to the police, allegedly, and had one of the police in the headlock. So basically assaulted an officer. There's much more information that we have now than we had before, and maybe my opinion will continue to evolve on this. I'm pretty sure it will, but as of right now, I don't care whether he had a knife in terms of whether or not I believe that this shooting was justified. Because some people, for whatever reason, have this idea that they think that cops are supposed to sit here and fight and tussle with people all damn day, regardless of whether or not the accused has a weapon or not. You do understand that when you're using your fist against an officer, that can be deadly force. If you're sitting here tussling with an officer on the ground and I punch an officer in the face or I slam his head into the pavement, that can cause permanent brain damage. That can put that officer's life at risk. When you're resisting arrest and actively trying to fight an officer, I don't give a damn if you got a weapon or not. If the cop chooses to shoot you, honestly, I'm not gonna sit here and cry about it, right? Like a lot of these grown ass men on TV have been doing. I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. I honestly don't have any sympathy for anybody that actively tries to resist arrest. I really don't. And the thing is that now people are gonna sit here and argue about whether or not he had a knife. I personally really don't care whether or not he had a knife. I really don't. I really don't, because looking at his past actions and every single decision that he's made up until the point of him getting shot, he made the wrong choice. Life is about choices, and it's not just a black man problem. It is a problem with anybody, especially young men, right? As young men, I'm a young man, I'm 25, right? We have problems with making choices, especially when it comes to women. This is just another young guy who made really stupid decisions when it came to women, when it came to cops, and when it came to his kids, because he put his kids in danger. Now you got all these people, right, with all this information out now, with the second video out, you got all these people who jumped the gun on this, because like I said from the get-go, we do not have all the information. We don't have all the information. This is obviously incomplete. You have all these people like LeBron James, Kenny Smith, all these people on TV, CNN, all these people, these grown-ass men on TV crying, missing practices, boycotting games. The WNBA, I mean, nobody really cares about what they're doing, but they, did whatever they was doing. All these demonstrations for basically a rapist, for somebody that was committing sexual assault, that was wanted for sexual assault, that had a warrant for sexual assault, who made a stupid ass decision to go back to the incident, the scene of the crime. And then when the cops pull up, actively resist arrest. What do you think is going to happen when you put the cop in a chokehold and resist 2 tasers? The cops did everything they could. I mean, he lucky the cops let him get as far as to open up his vehicle door. I mean, you look at that situation, the cops used textbook restraint. I guarantee you, the media is not covering this. I had a hard time. The reason why I'm linking this article in this video is because I had a hard time finding this article. The reason I known about this is because, thank God, right-wing media on social media had brung this to the light, because otherwise I wouldn't have known about this as quick, because it's not being covered. It doesn't fit the narrative, and I guarantee you these people are not going to apologize. These people are not going to roll it back. I've already decided I'm boycotting NBA for this season. I might boycott NBA for the rest of my life at this point, and I'm a Lakers fan. These people need to be held accountable. You're inciting violence and protest over situations that are not even legitimate. First of all, again, the police brutality issue is insignificant, right, in and of itself from a statistical standpoint. But then when you have any little incident that happens, y'all can't wait until at least the details come out, the full details come out before you make a big fuss and start rioting, protesting, destroying cities. And then you have these athletes and these people on TV, on CNN, MSNBC, irresponsibly going up there and trying to legitimize a rapist, trying to legitimize somebody that's been accused of sexual assault. And all these cities go up in flames, people's businesses get burned, people's livelihoods get destroyed over a rapist. Or alleged rapist, accused rapist, right? And then when all the details come out, they silent. I guarantee you, they're not going to roll it back. They're not going to apologize. And if they do apologize, I'll be the first person. If LeBron James comes out and apologizes, if some of these people in the media come out and apologize, I'll be the first person to make a video and say, you know what? I'm happy. Congratulations, you apologize. I'm sorry. I apologize for getting on you about not apologizing. But they're not going to. They're not going to roll it back. Just like we saw with the Rashard Brooks incident. We saw the same thing with Rashard Brooks incident. They're not going to roll it back, right? These people are so quick to jump up and down and boo-hoo and cry over criminals. But when somebody like David Dorn, and I'm going to keep bringing up David Dorn because David Dorn should not be forgotten. A black man that was a police officer defending his community was killed, shot in the head by looters, rioters, and protesters, and nobody said a damn thing. I didn't hear nothing about a Black Lives Matter. I didn't hear nothing from LeBron James. I didn't hear nothing from all these woke ass people on the internet and on TV that claim to be so damn self-righteous. I heard nothing from them. I mean, and they put out the video, they put out the suspect's face and all that killed this man. I ain't heard nothing. No justice for David Dorn. I ain't nothing that. I ain't heard none of that. But when it comes to a criminal, when it comes to somebody that is making very stupid decisions, dumb decisions, time after time after time, making dumb decision after dumb decision after dumb decision, put himself in a situation, get shot by the cops, completely unavoidable. If he just would have, first of all, not pulled up to that to a place he was not supposed to be in the first place. One, not sexually assaulting women. That's one. That's 1 and 2. And then 3, not resisting arrest. 3 chances to not end up being paralyzed for the rest of his life. And he blew it because he made dumb ass decisions. And then you got people going on TV and trying to justify these dumb ass decisions because they don't want to wait till all the details come out before jumping the gun and inciting violence and protest. But I'm done. But like I said, man, I'm done with the NBA. And like I said, if the NFL follows suit, I love the NFL. I love the Panthers. I love football, and I really don't want to give it up. But I'm telling you, if they follow suit with this, I'm quitting watching NFL as well, man. We have to hold these people accountable. They are getting away with inciting violence and destroying people's lives over lies and causing the deaths of more black lives who are innocent because they're ignorant, because they don't know what they're talking about. They don't want to wait till all the details come out before trying to incite violence, but before trying to form an uneducated opinion. And then once the details come out, they don't apologize. They don't retract their statements. They don't do what they have to do to try to quell this violence. But like I said, you look stupid. You look stupid. Kenny Smith, you look stupid. LeBron, you look stupid. All y'all look stupid. All these NFL players wearing Jacob Blake's name on their helmets. All y'all skipping practice. I mean, the WNBA, y'all wearing bullet holes in y'all shirts. You look stupid. You look pathetic. You look weak because you don't know what you're talking about. You're ignorant and you're doing nothing but making the situation worse. You're making it worse. You're helping nobody. Laura Ingraham was right. You should shut up and dribble because you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're talking about, and you're not cut out for this. In principle, I don't have a problem with athletes being outspoken. But do not speak if you're not educated on the things that you're speaking about. You're making it worse. And the people that you claim you're trying to help, you're actually destroying their lives. You're destroying their neighborhoods. You're destroying their property. You're destroying their businesses. You don't care about the common man. The only thing they care about is making that money from Nike, pushing this woke propaganda on people. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. Does this second video and more information change your mind about this Jacob Blake situation? Let me know in the comment section, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.